Hey folks, it's Chad here at Airstream of Greensboro, a Blue Compass company, and today we have Airstream's #1 selling overall travel trailer, and that is the all-new 2025 Basecamp 20X. The 20X specifically is the #1 seller. Now we also have the 16X right here, and if you guys will give us 100 likes on this video, we will do a comparison between the 16 and the 20X. Now let's get started in a walk around of the inside, the outside, the top, and the bottom of the 2025 Basecamp 20X now. Okay folks, we're going inside. Now this is Laura's first Basecamp. I've obviously done a bunch of videos on the Basecamp, but Laura has not done one yet. So this is her first time seeing it, and I'm curious to kind of see her thoughts on this style camper, because this is going to be different than your traditional travel trailer, as well as your kind of traditional Airstream. Now going into the Basecamp, there's a kind of different, more square door for the Basecamp, but it is still a door that Airstream builds themselves. Now one thing I do like about this one is it does have a shade built into the door, which you don't even get on the larger travel trailers. And it does have a different door lock. This is going to be more, I almost say, like one that you're going to see in a lot of the other brands out there that Airstream is using. And then coming inside, I want to show you one. Screen door is a little bit different. It's going to have that style screen door that kind of rotates in. It's magnetic, but that magnet is strong. Okay, Laura, come on in. Now we have the AC running, and this is what Airstream calls a direct, what do they call it? Direct exhaust. I brought some cheat notes with me today. Direct discharge. And essentially what that means is, instead of this being ducted, it's just going to blow air straight out. Now it does a great job of cooling this camper, but it's also loud. And this is on fan high. That's low, which is actually, low's not bad. Probably leave that on the whole time we're filming. It's not too bad. Now if you're on a ducted AC system, and the ducted AC for Airstream, you're going to see that starting in the Caravelle lineup, that's going to run roughly 20% quieter than the direct discharge. To me, it seems like it's more than that. Laura, what do you think? Like, it seems like it's 50% quieter. Like, it's way quieter on the, she just shook her head up and down.
Sorry, I forgot that I have a mic on and I can talk.
Now, on the Basecamp, the AC, oddly enough, is an option. And on the 20X, this is a 19,000 BTU Coleman Mach Q AC with a heat pump, which I feel like may be new for 2025, because I felt like previously this was a heating strip and not a heat pump, but it is a heat pump now. At least that's what the website says. The microwave is also going to be an option, which this one does have. The X package, which I mentioned on the outside, that is going to be an option. The X package is going to include the solar guards that are out there, we're inside, the rock guards, and the 3-inch lift kit with the off-road tires and the black wheels, which look fantastic. Now most of everything that we get Basecamp wise is going to be the X package. I don't think we've ever ordered a stock unit that wasn't an X package. Now kind of showing you the lay of the land, on the 20X you're going to have this really large open area in the back, which you have bench seating on each side, which actually can fit quite a few people in here if you need to. Straight up seats. This is going to be a little bit deeper. Hey, my feet don't touch. Now this area can also become a dinette, which will quickly turn into. So we do have some storage under here, or if you want to show the good people. And then we've got two different size bars, or table holders. This is going to be for when you want to make this a table. And you've got table that goes in like that, and then this can turn and kind of go straight towards you, or you can kind of put it to the side to have two people. There's also a second one, which is going to be stored down here. And here's the other table. And these do kind of click into place too. So you can kind of have them like this and almost have, you know, seating for 4 here. Now with the 20X, what I feel like a lot of folks are doing with the 20X is not necessarily using the table up here, because there is a dinette at the front that we haven't quite showed you yet, because it's currently in the sleeping position. So take these back, so the tall poles go back down. You get these little short ones. Sorry. Laura's toe did not get sacrificed in the making of this video.
No, there was some quick maneuvering on my part.
Add that to the blooper reel. Okay, so to make this into a larger bed area, you're gonna put these down here. And before I do this, I'm gonna grab the camera from Laura just to show you a few things back here. So we do have this little storage area in the back near the door, the hatch door. You can put 50 pounds in there, and it does have a drain plug now, so you can put ice in there and use that for a spot for drinks when you're out camping or boondocking or whatever it might be. And the other thing that they changed in 2024, they changed this to more of a rubber feel, and it's textured, so it's a little bit less likely to slip on it. There's also a storage area here in the back, and then you've got the net storage in the door, and there's a window in the store. Just a cute little window. And then we also have power right there, 110 power, and your USB type C and type A, and of course there's a furnace outlet as well. I'll hand this back over to Laura, and we're going to turn this area into the bed. There. No traps. And where is the other? Oh, you can access this. Look at this. That little storage area. You can take that off. You can see, we're talking about Airstream always uses light Italian plywood, so it's real, you know, it's plywood. It's not a laminate or a OSB, it's actually plywood. So even that lid is real plywood. You can see the layers of plywood in there. Kind of cool to be able to see that. So we are missing, I'm guessing it's in the storage area. Where is that hidden? There should be a board that goes across the back here, which I don't see.
Is there something in this net on the right side?
Yes, there is. And that's why Laura gets paid the big bucks. Oh, it's like, this is new.
Oh, cool. It's zipped in there?
Yeah. Isn't that fancy? Really like that. It goes in there and then you can zip that. That's pretty cool. And then if you don't have these up there, you got a little pocket right there. Only on that side. Okay, sweet. All right, and these, what they do, there. That's going to go there. And right there. So this would be your super huge bed. And with having on the 20X having the dinette up front, you can leave this as a bed. And there are a few mattress manufacturers out there, be third party, that makes a mattress that fits this. So you just have like even more comfortable bed area. Or you can make it a dinette.
It's a huge bed.
Yeah, it's massive.
You could easily sleep too.
Can I lay this way? Yeah, I could lay that way, or that way, or that way. Now there is, let me have that real quick. There is a little bit of storage over here. We've got kind of these little storage areas there. There's also another USB plug, both A and C. That's your control for your Suburban water heater. You've got your solar charge controller. That's an option on the Basecamp. And then you've got your sea level tank monitor system. And then this is going to be for the propane heater. Your AC is going to be controlled at the AC right there. And then on this side, we have another USB. This has got to be the most USBs in one camper for all of Airstream's campers, because usually there's like one or two in the bedroom and that's like it. So another thing with the Basecamp, you're going to have these storage areas here. And this is it feels like plexiglass now. So that is not something that Airstream talked about in any of the promotional material, but this definitely feels like plexiglass. You feel it too.
It's not glass.
Yeah, so these used to be glass, but the tendency in the past was they would all crack. And so I'd always tell people in the videos, make sure you look at these really close before you take yours home, that there's not a crack there, and then you would be the one that had to pay for the replacement. This feels like plastic, which is actually probably better considering what it's being used for. And then the new latch also is an update for 2024, and it actually captures this little piece here in there. So when you close this, it's actually held shut, which is a huge improvement for an off-road style vehicle. Same thing over there. So that's your kind of main storage area. There is not a wardrobe in this camper, but I mean, who's gonna hang up clothes in a Basecamp, right? All right, so we'll kind of move over to the kitchen area. You're gonna have the surface-mounted circular sink that is not dampened. You hear the difference there.
Really nice faucet.
Yeah, it is, but not a what do you call that?
Kitchen faucet.
Yeah, it doesn't have the removable
it doesn't have
head.
The spray nozzle.
Yeah, but easy DIY upgrade. You also have the pop-up power. Pop-up power.
Tower of power.
Tower of power. That also has USB. Wow. More USB. Which that USB is going to most likely only be powered when you have AC power, or the others will probably run off the battery. We've got a 2-burner propane cooktop with a little automatic light thingy. And then underneath, we're going to have a good amount of kitchen storage for a 20-foot outdoorsy Basecamp. You do still get the silverware organizer, and there's a nice cutout spot for that to stay in place. And again, these are all going to have the positive locking system. And then you have a huge open storage area. Now the tire is under there, the tire well, but a huge open storage underneath. And then a little sponge holder.
Or like for spices.
Ooh, our spices, yeah. That makes more sense. That's why I got Laura now. Now there are these hanging deals that actually move. So if there's no weight up here, these can bounce up and down. And then there's the one on this side that we found. That one's actually quite sturdy.
I think it would have to be.
Yeah, I mean, this one connects into, so this side connects into the actual plywood wall. This side does not, so it does bounce up and down. So if you get yours and notice that, that's normal. Same thing with the ones in the front. There's two on each corner in the front that also move, have a little bit of movement in them. On this side of the kitchen area, we're gonna have our light switch. There are some hangers, as well as key hangers, and then there's an outlet for your furnace towards the front area. We have the larger refrigerator. The 16X is a slightly smaller refrigerator, and the 20 we get a slightly, obviously, larger refrigerator with a freezer up top. This is 12 volts, so it will cool off very quick. About 45 minutes and it will be cool. And then we do have some more storage up here as well. And then you find your battery box below. Not battery box. I say that every time.
You do.
Your power box. So you have your 110 power, your 12 volt. You have a, what is this, 12 volt cigarette lighter. You have another set of USBs. We've got our tank 12 volt heater pads, on and off switches right there. And then your battery disconnect is right there. And that's one of those old school, really satisfying clicking style. Now, one of the things about the Basecamps 20 and 16 is you're gonna have a wet bath. And when you hear us say wet bath on videos, what we're referring to is a bathroom that has a shower and a commode in the same location. When we say dry bath, we're referring to a bathroom that has a separate shower from the commode. Now, there's also no sink in here, so when you wash your hands, you're going to step out and use the sink that's right here. Now, taking a shower, you do have the ability to step in. You have the shower head that moves around. Just like all the other Airstreams, you've got the little string that will pull across. And this does have a lock on it. If you screw that down, it will lock it in place. This will be good for bathing suits, those types of things, but not like heavy towels. There's also shower hooks, or towel hooks, all throughout. There's 4.
And there's a towel rack behind you.
There, towel rack, and there's all like branded Basecamp.
Oh, that's cool.
Little soap holder, which is really nice. You do have the Max Air vent that opens and does have a fan. Yep, and the light in here. There's a spot for soap right there. There's also a water resistant proof slash, you know, all this kind of things, TP holder. And then of course you do have the porcelain commode. And there is, because it's fairly open space, a significant amount of space for you to go number 2. Probably shouldn't have said that. So it's a wet bath. You know, it is what it is. There is a curtain that goes across to protect the door. And then there is a window in here that has so simple Velcro. You can open that. I'm not sure why there's a window in the shower bathroom area. But there is, and then you have a curtain to close it, so you can't see in. That's kind of odd. And there's a window in there. Any thoughts on the bathroom, or the wet bath?
I mean, it's a wet bath.
Okay.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Were you saying something about it draining?
Yeah, the 2025s have an updated shower pan that should help it drain out. Yep, that's.
And we've got mirror here.
Yep, and a mirror.
And
mirror on the outside. There's a little air. You get air in there too, so it's not completely sealed off. Now, the front area, this is going to be your dinette area. Now, this little cushion deal. Here we go. So this is something, if you're planning to use this as a bed, this sleeps 4. I really think it sleeps more than that. Don't you?
What?
Not this area, the whole camper.
No, but what's the math on it? Is it
2
and 2?
Yeah. But that, you could.
I guess 2 kids could sleep on this side.
Yeah, 2 kids, but you could sleep like a family of 4 right there. You know, like small kids.
Yeah.
So you could have like 4 there and 2 here, or 4 there and 1 here. Anyway, so if you're going to use this for a bed, you got to carry these cushions with you. That was the point of that whole start of that statement. And if you're not ever going to use this as a bed, then you could leave the cushions somewhere else. Now let me show you kind of with Because I can lay, if I'm in this area, I can lay all the way across. But if you move closer over, you know, then I'm in the bend of it. So I can lay like that. I'm in the crack of the cushions though. So I think one adult, sure, and then maybe 2 kids. But you guys that own families that own base camps, let us know how it works in the comments for kiddos to sleep in this area. Now I think most people are going to store those cushions somewhere else, and then they're going to leave this in the dinette configuration. And then you've got your bed up there, you've got the dinette configuration here, and there is a cool party trick to this table setup.
It rotates.
You know, it's far, like, I know that doesn't, kind of seems like a goofy thing for me to point out, but I'm a larger guy and I'm used to these types of dinettes to be super shallow and to hit my belly. But for this to be able to turn and I can actually get out, it's super cool. The other thing is, I can sit anywhere and it can turn. And it barely, like even in this spot, it barely touches. So if you're sitting, you have an adult sitting here, you've got 3 adults sitting in this area, you can still turn this so that person can get out and go to the kitchen, go to the bathroom, you do whatever they want to do. So I really like that about this setup. You do have a huge panoramic window that goes all the way around the front. There is the solar guards on the outside. These also have a little bit of tint on them as well. So the Basecamp is the type of unit where Airstream kind of envisions this to be just out in the open and the sun to be beating down onto it during the day. So the windows are a little bit darker as far as the tint goes than your other travel trailers on the market. So it's fairly dark tint, but like a sunny day like today, it's perfect. You can see out, you're not getting killed by the sun. Yeah.
And you see the fabric at the bottom.
Yeah. Oh yeah, let me talk about that. So these are your shades. And this has always been the shade since I did the Basecamp. There's a little piece of Velcro here. The other side is right there. So you're gonna bring it out, connect it there, and then and your shades up.
And I imagine it's pretty dark.
Well, yeah, because you got a zipper. Actually, to be honest, I wouldn't mind this style or something similar to this in the Flying Cloud to be able to fully dark out, at least in the bedroom. It's not the most attractive, but again, this is the Basecamp. It's your base when you're out camping, you're hiking, you're biking, whatever it might be. This is the spot that you come home. It's your base. So it's not necessarily meant to be a Flying Cloud or international. Now to open them, you're just going to bring the zippers down, and then they just kind of fold down. You got this little string here that holds them in place. Thoughts? Let me see that. Let me see.
Well, I have a question first.
Okay.
If you said the microwave's an option.
Storage.
So if you don't get it, that's just an open.
Yeah, I think it has a door there.
Okay.
I've actually never seen a Basecamp without a microwave. So, yeah, your options on the Basecamp real quick before I put the camera on Laura. Options on the Basecamp: the microwave, the air conditioner is an option. Then you have the option to do the X package. Solar, no solar. So you can get it with nothing on top. Then you can also get it with just solar, no batteries, and then you can get the 300 watts of solar plus 200 amp hours of lithium batteries. So those are your options for the Basecamp. And there's 2 colors now. We'll flash those up so you can see those 2 options there as far as which colors you get. I'm not really sure which one's the most popular. I feel like we get a lot of this blue, and then there's one that's green, which is not terrible. I think the blue has tended to be the more popular one. This is, I mean, a nice size camper.
I want to show a few more things.
Oh, go ahead.
There is storage.
Oh yeah, storage underneath.
Under here. It's, I mean, a decent amount of storage. You get your Airstream goodie box that comes with all units.
The batteries are over here if you're wondering. The batteries are in there.
And then you've got, it looks like 6 of these metal rings, if I can reach it. Yeah. So you can tie down equipment in here. Kayaks, bikes.
There's also there's a L bracket up there that I didn't talk about for tying things down. And Airstream last year came out with a bike attachment to where the little bike attachment thing goes into the L bracket, and then you can attach your bike to it. And I think you can fit 2 bikes right there if you wanted to do that. And you've got, of course, the big door that will open them once we get outside. Okay, so now I want to get Laura's impression.
I really like it.
Do you?
I do. It has all your nice Airstream touches.
I like the aluminum interior.
Yeah, the aluminum. It's got the aluminum interior, obviously the aluminum exterior. It feels, I mean, it just feels very nice inside. All that being said, I don't know if I would want to camp in one of these.
Okay.
This feels perfect for people who want a little bit rougher camp life, but maybe don't want to tent camp. There are limitations to tent camping. Obviously, this is a little bit safer.
This is a step up.
This is a step up from tent camping, which
A huge step, but it's a step up.
Yeah. I don't super desire to tent camp, so I really like our Flying Cloud because it's much nicer. But, you know, if somebody said, hey, this is your only option, I would probably be okay with it.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. I think your dad would like this.
That's what I was thinking. The outdoorsy type, the hunting, fishing, rock climbing.
All that stuff would work really good.
This feels less... I mean, our Flying Cloud, when we go on a vacation, we can hang out in our Flying Cloud all day and be just fine. This feels like this is a home base for you when you're camping. This is base camp and you go out all day on adventures and come back. You use this less
there's not even a TV in here.
Exactly.
Now, we have installed TVs, like that's possible. We usually put them on that side there with the arm that comes around. So that's possible. I think nowadays with iPads and laptops, like a TV is not as important in a camper because you just set up your computer right there and watch. You're not that far away. But no, there's no TV in here because that's not the thought process with the base camp. There is a tent option. You can order its big tent. It connects to that side. We'll throw a photo up on it of it on the video, but it basically goes out that way, and then there's a big tent area.
It's like a continuation of the base camp,
minus the air conditioning. Hold this. I want to talk about windows that open. So as far as windows, now look at this. So I can slide right out. Laura doesn't even have to move. So as far as windows that open, this one's going to open, and it's not the same that you would expect on like a traditional travel trailer. So that's the open. That's basically how it opens. None of the front windows open, and then there's a small window on this side that opens, so you can get some ventilation, some cross ventilation. And then of course the back door would open. But if you're camping at night, you can say you're sleeping in the bed here, you're not going to leave the back door open. You'd open these windows but not leave the back door open. So that would be your windows that open. There is a max air fan that's currently running while it's closed. Now unlike what we get, that was loud. Unlike what we get on like the Flying Cloud, where it's powered, this is a manual opening. You open it manually, and then you can turn the fan on. There are 4 fan options, but this would, if you open these 2 windows, have that fan running, you'll get some good cross breeze in here. Now, the last thing I want to mention, actually saw this in the brochure when I was kind of studying up on the base camp for this video. One of the things that you could do in this space, instead of having the whole bed turned into a bed, you can leave this side up and have kind of like a twin bed almost. So you kind of still have an area to sit down if you want to, and so you get kind of double seating, and then that would still be a bed there.
And there's a reading light over the door.
And then you do have which we'll show this more when we get outside, but you have the bug screen that comes down. Alright, I think that's everything that we can talk about on the inside. Let's go to the outside. We're outside the base camp now. We're going to do a little bit of a walk around on the outside, and this is different than traditional travel trailers, so it doesn't just look like an Airstream. On the front here, we are going to have a power jack now. That started with 2024. Including the power jack standard. You're also going to have 2 20-pound propane tanks behind the shroud. The way you get to these, I couldn't find the power cable earlier. You know why?
It's in here?
Because it's in here where it's supposed to be. like right there. So you got a little storage area for a power cord where you can put your water hose, those types of things in here. It is a wet storage area, which is why that was wet. You also have your stabilizer arm right there. You'll take these out, take this out, and that's how you get to your propane tanks, 220 pounds. And take that off. You do have to lift this out, or take the propane tanks out to be able to fill them. And then this slides right back into place, or it can go right back in there. And that closes back down. Now, as far as the Basecamp goes, we call it the 20X, but it actually measures 20 foot 2 inches. Now, this is going to weigh 3,400 pounds dry. It has a GVWR of 4,300 pounds, and then a tongue weight, so hitch weight of 500 pounds. Now, the 20X, one of the things that makes it different than the 16 is this actually has a gray and black tank as well as a fresh tank. On the 16X, you only have a combined tank that is, what, 24 gallons, where you have it by itself, a 21 gallon black tank, a 28 gallon gray water tank, and a 23 gallon black tank. Now, also with this is a 7'9" wide body, so almost 8 foot wide, where the 16 is a 7 foot wide body. So this is not only longer for the 20, but also wider. You can see that window there is the one that opens. Of course, you've got the off-road Goodyear tires that come with the X package, and this does still have the Dexter suspension system that goes, there's torsion suspension, just like all the other trailers that Airstream makes. You do have power out here. Now, this is 110 power. It's only going to be available when you have it plugged in. The Basecamp does not have a built-in inverter from the factory, so that would be something you would have to add if you wanted to do that. And then off the back, it is going to sit high. The idea of this door isn't a door to step into, because you'd have to be like 8 feet tall, 10 feet tall to step into that. This is for loading. And then also you can open it and have the screen down, as we talked about earlier, on the inside. And then you have a really nice way to get air inside the camper. You've got the storage out here as well. There's a little whiteboard there you can write notes on if you want to. And there is a little latch here to hold that door open when you got it open. And you have these really cool Cadillac looking tail lights. They are LED. And then coming around to the business side or the road side, you're gonna have your outside shower, hot and cold water. This is the Suburban water heater outlet. Remember, this does have a Suburban water heater, not the recirculation pump one. That's on the REI, just the regular Suburban. You have your gravity fed water, fresh water inlet, your city water, your black tank flush, and then your Suburban furnace outlet is right there. Now, towards the front, we're going to have the smart plug. It is 30 amp on the Basecamp, and then we have our black and gray tank outlets there, and we've got the notorious light that turns on and off by itself. And then we also have a little bit of wet storage right there, which is a great spot to put your chalks, things like that. Leveling blocks, you can go in there. And
you get storage for the...
Oh yeah, you get the sewer hose storage right there. Good call. There's also an additional solar plug right there. That would be the ZAMP style, where you'll need to have the solar charge controller on it for it to work. So that is the 2025 Basecamp 20X. Okay, we're good now. Let's grab a ladder. We're going to show you the top, and then we'll show you the bottom, and we'll close the video. All right, folks, we are showing you the top of the 2025 Basecamp 20X. Not a whole lot to show you here, but you do have the Marlin Flex panels. That is what they use on the Basecamp, both the 20 and the 16. This is 300 watts of solar. The 16 is going to be 200 watts. And then you've got your Coleman AC right there. You've got your solar input. You've got the white dome is going to be the max air fan for the shower. That's your sewer outlet. And then you've got your max air fan that's in the main area there. So that's the top of the Basecamp. There is a little bit more room for more solar if you wanted to do that. Now, showing you the bottom of the Basecamp, it does have a completely enclosed underbelly, and you have those heated tanks, or the 12-volt heating pads on the tanks. That is to allow you to be out in the cold and keep everything nice and warm, so you're able to use it. You got your tanks right there, as you can see. You also see that torsion axle going across. Now, let me get you around to the front. More tanks right there. And then you've got your spare tire. Yes, it does come with a spare tire, which is a normal Goodyear. I would have expected them to do the off-road Goodyear, but you do have a spare tire right there. Yep, that is the bottom of the Basecamp. All right, folks, if you made it to this point of the video, first of all, I just want to say thank you for watching and for being a part of the channel. If you like this video and want to see more of it, make sure you click the subscribe button, the like button, all that good stuff. And if you want us to make the comparison between the 16X and the 20X, definitely make sure you like the video. 100 likes, and we'll make that video. Let's be real, we'll probably make it anyway, but 100 likes, okay? All right, if you have any questions about the Basecamp, definitely feel free. Reach out to me here at Airstream in Greensboro. We have 10 stores, so you don't necessarily have to come all the way back to Greensboro or come to Greensboro to buy from me. We have a store in California, Texas, Florida, and New York and Iowa. So I can work in any of those and sell you a camper there. You're not only going to get great pricing, but you're also going to get a trusted expert in the Airstream community. All right, guys. Hope you're having a great week. You live riveted. We'll talk soon. Thanks. Bye.